Hello, my lovely Algebra 1 students. So I just wanted to reiterate something I have said. Well, we have all noticed in class, and I have also stated that question number 8, it was extremely confusing, and there were so many typos that nobody knew what the question was or what was it asking us for, including myself. So what I did was I completely got rid of the question and I added a new one. So the new one is just solving a compound inequality. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see what that looks like. Here we have a compound inequality. It's saying 3x plus 7 is between 13 and 25. Our first step is to analyze this expression in the center, right? So what's going on? What's happening to x? Well, x is being multiplied by 3, and then that quantity, we're adding 7 to it, okay? So in order to reverse that process, what I'm going to do is subtract 7 from all three parts, okay? Then here, 7 minus 7 is 0, leaving me with just a 3x in the center. And the inequality symbols stay the same because we didn't do any division by a negative number. So we'll keep those. Okay. And then 13 minus 7 gives me 6. And 25 minus 7 is 18. Okay. And then I'm going to divide all three parts by 3 because 3 is x is being multiplied by 3. Okay. The inverse operation of multiplication is division. So let's go ahead and divide. Okay. Then 6 divided by 3 is 2. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 times the x is x. And of course, the inequality symbols stay the same because I did not divide by any negative number. And finally, 18 divided by 3, that's 6. Okay, so I'm actually going to edit this and say solve the compound inequality, solve and graph the compound inequality. Okay, solve and graph the compound inequality. So let's go ahead and graph this guy. So our first step is going to be to draw a number line. That's good enough. Okay, we're going to draw a number line and identify where 0 is. I'm going to put 0 right here in the center. Okay, and 2 should be somewhere to the right of 0, and 6 is somewhere to the right of 2, somewhere here. Okay, it's just a rough draft. It doesn't have to be perfect. So here we have, let me change that color. Here, this inequality is saying that x is less than 6, okay? X is less than 6, and it's going to be an open circle because of that less than sign, okay? 6 is anything over 6 is not going to be part of the solution set, and 6 is also not part of the solution set. So it's going to be an open circle, okay? And then at 2, it's going to be a closed circle because 2 is included in the solution set, okay? Because of that less than or equals sign. Okay, so this part right here, 2 is less than or equal to x, is the same thing as saying x is greater than or equal to 2, okay? So that's why when I graph, it'll go towards the right. And then when I graph this other section here, x is less than 6, it'll go towards the left, okay? And of course, the solution set is between 2 and 6 because of that overlap of the x is greater than 2 and x is less than 6. Wherever they overlap, that is going to be the solution set to this compound inequality, okay? The next thing I wanted to talk about, let me just go ahead and clear this up. The next thing I wanted to talk about was to go over question number 10 because I realized that during class we have done 9 but have not done 10. Okay, so let's go ahead and do number 10. Um, and this is, of course, solving an inequality. It says determine the smallest integer that makes this inequality true. So it says negative 3x plus 7 minus 5x is less than 15. Now, my first step here is going to be to combine like terms. So here I have a negative 3x and a negative 5x. Negative 3x minus 5x is negative 8x. So minus 8x. And of course, plus 7 is less than 15. Okay. Now I'm going to, let's go ahead and analyze what's going on with this expression on the left. X is being multiplied by negative 8, and then that quantity is being added by 7. You're summing 7 up to that quantity. So in order to reverse that, I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides of the inequality. 7 minus 7, that's 0. So on the left side, I'm going to have negative 8x is less than, and then 15 minus 7 is going to give me 8. And then finally, well, the inverse operation of multiplication is division, so I'm going to divide by negative 8 on both sides. Okay. Then negative 8 divided by negative 8 is positive 1. And then 1 times x is x. So let's go over here. That's x. And because I divided by a negative 8, I have to switch over that inequality, that less than symbol, into a greater than symbol. So go ahead and change that. And then finally, 8 divided by negative 8 is going to be negative 1. Okay? So x is greater than negative 1. And then it's asking us, determine the smallest integer that makes this true. And now that we have this simple inequality here, we can kind of see on a number line what that would look like, okay? So negative, well, 0 is here, negative 1 is here. It's going to be an open circle, and the direction of the solution set is towards the right. Okay, now here's the key thing about this problem. The key word is integer. What is an integer? Well, an integer is basically a whole number. It includes all the negative whole numbers, 0, and all the positive whole numbers, okay? So here in this solution set, of course, negative a half is not a integer. So the next integer after that is going to be 0, and then the next one after that is 1. But it's saying the smallest integer that makes this inequality true is going to be 0, okay? It's going to be 0 because 0 is a whole number, and it is the smallest whole number that makes this inequality true, okay? So I'll just write that down here, smallest integer, integer is, I'll just write it down, is 0, okay? Okay, everyone, so that concludes this video. If you do need more help, you may send me an email. My email is, I'll write that down over here, ahara2@schools.nyc.gov. Please do not send me an email to my Bryant email. I no longer use that one because we're phasing it out. Please send it to this, my schools.nyc.gov email address. It is my primary email, and I will look at it. It's like texting me. If you send me an email, I will write back to you. If you leave a comment on Google Classroom, the likelihood of me responding to you in a timely fashion is very, very low because I do not look at those notifications. And the reason for that is because it tends to get too messy. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way where we can communicate in an efficient way. Okay. So please, for now, send me an email to my school's email if you need any help. And good luck, everyone. Okay.